As a major company that staged many productions and owned numerous theatres around Australia, Williamson's was an important employer of and training ground for scenic artists. This book depicts through photographs the skillful artistry of many such designers. Obviously it's quite fragile and it would have had a previous life as a working catalogue used backstage. Each of the photographs has a number that corresponds to a caption that records the name of the production, a description and the act in which it was used, the size of the cloth, and often the artist is also recorded. One of the prominent scenic painters of the time working for Williamson's was George Upwood, and here are 3 examples of his work from a production called Bird of Paradise. You can see that the scenic painting of the time was very realistic, and these cloths would have been used at the back of the stage to create the scene. This example shows a coastal scene, and this one an erupting volcano. This volume dates from around 1918 to the early 1920s. One of the large productions at the time was Joseph and His Brethren, and throughout this volume there's many backcloths depicted for that production. This one here shows some very Egyptian columns, and another example further on shows the pyramids of Egypt along with some palm trees. This was also painted by George Upwood, and the condition here is noted as perfect. This is an example from a production called Hijinks, and it shows how foliage was often depicted. This photograph's also interesting because it shows a little bit of the behind the scenes area of the stage that's crept into the photograph. And there's a note here saying that it was sent to Sydney on the 19th of November 1920. These pages show some of the architectural treatments that would have been used on stage. Very effective use of perspective in this upper one from the sign of the cross, depicting an arena, giving a real sense of space to the stage. This second one is also from the sign of the cross and depicts a very realistic architectural feature of an arch with columns. And it is incredible because it really shows a 3-dimensional quality. The lower scene is from a production called Under Fire, and it's a cut cloth with the arches cut out of the cloth so the performers could have walked behind. Throughout the book there are handwritten notes indicating that a lot of the cloths have been reused or sent on to other productions in other theatres. For example, this one says reverse side painted for Hello Everybody. Given the size, age and the reuse of these backcloths, it's highly unlikely that any of them exist anymore. So it really does make this volume a very important historical record.